Okay, so for this Learn to Stamp video, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on literally how to stamp. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a sheet of Stampin' Up! Cardstock. Okay, any color you want. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use actually some of our shimmery white. So this cardstock has, I don't know if you can see it, it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. And you can actually also use this for the watercoloring as well, because it's thick enough that it does hold some water. Okay, and then you're also going to need a stamp. You can see my other video, types of stamps, for more information on different stamps that we offer. For this video, I'm just going to take this kind of script stamp. This is a wood mount stamp. So for wood mount and clear mount rubber stamps, you don't need to have anything underneath your paper. You can just go ahead and use, put your paper right on your work surface. Okay, you're going to need, for this video, we're just going to use a stamping pad. And you're going to pop it open like a makeup compact. Okay, you can slide it closed a little bit. And then you're just going to ink up your stamp. Now when you do this, you don't want to press your stamp into your ink pad. You will just end up making a really big mess of your block and your paper, and probably your fingers. You just want to tap really lightly on your pad. Okay, so I'm not pressing, I'm just tapping. Okay, and then you're going to get, you'll see that you get your ink just on kind of your stamp surface, the writing not the rubber that's underneath. Okay, and then to stamp, you're just going to press your stamp straight down and pull it straight up. Okay, and there you go. You have your stamp on there. Okay, I'm also going to show you how to do this with a photopolymer stamp. Okay, so this is our photopolymer stamp sets. Ignore that. Okay, so here we have, so these are like image stamps. So I'll actually show you a two-step stamping because I have it here, so we can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bow. So this is the outline of the bow. So I'm going to stick that on my clear acrylic block like that. It doesn't have to be straight. You can make it straight if you're really type A. It doesn't have to be, because you can see what you're doing when you stick it on the cardstock. So for the outline, now for photopolymer stamps, the trick to this is, especially if you have a thicker stamp, and you'll probably see it more when I do the background, is these stamps don't have like any rubber padding underneath them. You'll see how the wood mount stamp here has like that foam padding, and even the clear mount rubber also, it has the foam padding on it there. Okay, the photopolymer ones don't. So what you're going to want to do is to stick one of our Stampin' Pierce mats underneath what you're stamping on. Okay, that gives it a little bit of a cushion, and just helps it stamp smoother. Okay, so again, you're just going to tap your stamp lightly. Okay, so you can see where the ink is. Okay, and then you're going to just stamp on your paper. All right. And then what you're going to do is, for this one, this is actually two steps, so I will show you the other part of it. I'm going to put my stamp back. I'm not cleaning my stamp off right now. Definitely clean your stamp off though before you put it back. I will do that after. To clean your stamp off, you can just use some water, or Stampin' Mist and Stampin' Scrub. I'll show you, I'll do another video on that after, on cleaning stamps. Okay, so this is the other part of the bow. This is actually the solid kind of fill-in part for the bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the stamp off technique, because I want it to be blue, but I don't want it to be as dark as the outside. So I'm just going to stamp off once on my paper. Okay, and you'll see that it just leaves a little bit of blue on there, and then I'm going to line it up because it's clear. I can see exactly where I'm putting it on my paper, and line it up, push down, pull straight up, and now I have a really nice colored in bow. So the outline is darker than the actual inside of the bow, but I use the same ink pad. So there you go. So that's really, it's quite simple how to stamp. Okay, so if you're using the wood mount rubber or the clear mount rubber, Okay, you do not need a pad underneath. If you're using the photopolymer though, put a stamping mat underneath to give it a little bit of a give so that you get like a nice coverage with your solid stamps. Okay, and again, big or small, doesn't matter. All right, and then you can use your ink pads. You can also use your Stampin' Right markers to stamp. So I'll show you that now actually. So for instance, I'm just going to clean my stamp off here that I just used so I can use the same one to show you the difference. So what you're going to do is pick, so I'm just going to do red for now. Just make sure it's fairly clean. Okay, so your Stampin' Right markers, you have a brush, make sure that's on camera, you have a brush tip and a thin tip. What you're going to do when you're doing this is you're going to use the brush tip and just brush over the part of the stamp that you want to color. And I'm going to just go like this. And this way you can actually use multiple colors on one stamp. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to do all that red except for a couple spots where I'm going to do in blue. Okay. This blue and this blue. Okay. And then the trick to doing this is that once you've kind of inked up your stamp, I think I missed a couple spots here. Let's just do that. Okay, I'm going to take the pad out because this is a wood mount, is to just kind of huff on this, like blow on it like you would like you're cleaning your glasses. And that just re-moistens the ink. And then you can go ahead and again just stamp down and straight back up. Okay, and that's how you're going to get the multicolor on one stamp. Okay, so you have the red and then the blue ink as well. Okay, you can go over it a couple times just to make sure that you've kind of inked it up how you want to ink it up. But essentially that's it. So get started stamping, give it a try, and then you kind of learn as you go from there. Feel free to check out some of my other Learn to Stamp videos, and shoot me a message or an email if you have any questions, and I will help you out. Thanks so much. Bye.